His Excellency John Dramani Mahama had a befitting response ama South Africa for. Now, I'm not going to lie. I like how Mahama is moving and then the things he's saying about South Africa. I know say a lot of the South Africans are not going to be happy, but we don't even care. Send your momo president and our president is talking about it and all that, and I like what Mahama is saying. We are going to go into the videos, and then your first time or has subscribe and click the notification bell so we our latest news be about one sabeka. This video is proudly sponsored by Ghana Jesse. What you say? Be patriotic. At this point, so you now your Ghana near. Place an order for your Ghana Jesse. The World Cup is just some few days ahead. Aside that, Nekrano, beyond the World Cup, no, show your patriotism. Baby a Ghana ye do no, and there I say, baby a Ghana ye do no patriotism. What you say? Be proud. Wear Ghana. For 0544 232338. That is the new flex. Be in your Ghanaian jersey. We deliver worldwide. O place order. Yes, buy for yourself. Buy for your family. If you have a girlfriend, buy the Ghanaian jersey. See, I know the flex. I work room. Toma womba. What you say? Buy for, your family. Na wo share Ghana jersey no. Muni amosha na mo de namwa. Ebe fine. Anyway, Yemra, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama responses are or they subtle response. This is not even what you call subtle. A direct response to or direct responses to South Africans. Yintie responses. There are 3 videos.
Ghana's doors are open, and we encourage others to open their doors as well. While some countries are expelling fellow Africans, Ghana welcomes them and proudly affirms While some countries are expelling fellow Africans and making them feel unwelcome, Ghana proudly welcomes them and affirms that this is your home.
So that is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And we all know what the president is or was talking about. Now, another response. How would they buy?
And so there's brain drain and there's brain gain. The thing, and this is what I say about migration. Somebody says, why did you come to our country? Human beings from time immemorial have been very mobile. All of us were created in Africa. Human civilization started in Africa. And then our cousins, the British, migrated and came here. The Chinese migrated and went there. Everybody migrated to somewhere else. And people move for many reasons. Some for opportunity, some just want to travel and go somewhere else. And so just as you say, somebody is in your country, you too, your people are in that person's country. And so in Ghana, we have everybody. We have British, we have South Africans, we have Sudanese, we have everybody, and we're living together. So I think that it is that diversity. And our elders say, for those of you who know that, because Ahoho come sometimes with investment, and sometimes they come with new ideas that you never thought about. So there will be brain drain, there will be brain gain, but it's to the benefit of everybody. When we came, there were several state-owned enterprises, and I should have added that to my...
So we've all heard the president, and this is why if you have a president who is well read and knows history, Mama Wati said, Mahama no assembly obeke biano. It is from a deep place, it's from a deep source. Atenzewa Mahama wakan makes perfect sense, makes perfect sense. Asemwa wakano. Civilization began from Africa, and Obia etukwa. Me sure say, and listen, let me tell you. What would you make? Me sure say o generation na nka enye wo a na nka ebia webusua enkonkopie wo baby to say Germany and enkonkopie baby to say o de yemfa ne say London because Mahama or can same way wo London ti yemfa ne say ye kasa about London wa wo tie me no me sure say na nka enye wo a na nka wo lineage enkonkopie mu wo London na webusua ni na obi a wo Ghana utu kwan ekọ London na wokohia wo bi eware no wo ho ende ni background ne no ware ye no mo awo ema mo manso awo now mo mma na wo mo awo no mo mma na wo mo awo no saa nkola na de o mbehu ne se wo mo de o mu free London ana wo mo free England o mo so betumi akwa akohia obi ewo ho na mo aware na mo awo saa inti ye can ebia 10 generations down saa nkola no mo awo ni na ye bi so mo say omo free here probably they will not even remember eje say ebia edi na ebe wo mo so send him na ebe wo mo so na ebe man krofo ehu say ebia omo echi free Africa but o de emfa ne say wo your oba and nkola no they are not going to pick your surname 10 generations to come probably emra ebia wo wewu ekọ kra no maybe in Kolandekran they will not know say omuechi free Africa ana baby especially if wokra na eba mo wo ye no oni broni na wo ye na mo wo ye no so mo wu broni inti sa kola na mo awo no omo be feel say omo free England but enye wo ena wo free Africa Echo England wa naka kola no wamba. If Mahama talks about migration, say nipa bia migrate here, that is what he's talking about. And ohwe ewiase mu a, saa na ewiase no apopulate you. And the South African ni bia oye to know say go back to your hometown, go back to your hometown, or go back to your country ne krano. Ubekom no na bia 10 generations and 20 generations ago krano. Ono krano na enye pure bred South African. Obi ni obi free different country ni obi nso free different country no ba be hia ya omo wo no e wo South Africa ho I want to aswa into ono so feel say wono no ni kro no nanso e bia na enye ni kro no and that is the world for you. You know, let's listen to another interview His Excellency John Dramani Mahama did talking about this particular thing.
Our relations with South Africa continue. We do not have any breach in our diplomatic relations. What happened was that it's not the first time there have been these xenophobic attacks in South Africa. They say we shouldn't call it xenophobia. I don't know what else, other name you can give it. But there have been these surges in anti-foreign attacks, and normally those who bear the brunt are fellow Africans from neighboring states, Mozambique, Malawi, Zimbabwe, and before Nigeria. Lately, Ghanaians have gotten involved. This is the first time we've really had Ghanaians getting part of the direction of attacks. We had a situation where people went on rampage, locked the shops of foreigners, and many of the Ghanaians and other West Africans there come with some skills like nail work, barbering, weaving of hair, I mean the cosmetic and beautician industry. And so when the rampage took place and their shops were locked, and it was dangerous to go out, because if you were identified as foreign, you could be attacked. And there were even forays into health institutions. And if you were not South African, you were asked to leave the hospital, even if you were ill. It created a very, toxic atmosphere. And many of our citizens rush to our embassy because they were displaced, especially those who came from Durban and other places. They sought refuge in our embassy. And so at a point we had nearly 200 of our citizens in our embassy. And I mean, it didn't look like the South African authorities were doing anything to try to quell what was happening and also to provide protection to those who had been displaced. And so we had no option but to evacuate our citizens. And so we did a first evacuation flight. We're going to do 2 more to take those who want to leave. It's voluntary. We asked, do you want to stay or you want to leave? And many of them say they feel threatened, and so they want to leave. But I think it's unfortunate what is happening in South Africa. We need to drill down to what causes these flare-ups in terms of xenophobia. I think that there might be some structural issues in there that are a carryover of the apartheid era. And so all of us must empathize with South Africa, or must sympathize with South Africa, and we must help South Africa to be able to drill down and find out what it can do to reduce the unemployment rates.
Charlie, it is good to have a leader like Mahama. I'm not going to lie to you, Charlie. South Africa for Ghana for. You see how Mahama is thinking. You know, in as much as he's speaking against it, the South Africa for you know, he even feels some empathy for them. Say they need help. They need help, and we all have to help them. Why now, Obed? Charlie Mahama, Mahama, the Obo. I know a lot of people are not going to be happy, but what he's saying is the truth. You know, what he's saying is the truth. South Africa, they need serious help. You know, usually as humans, so obi you feel like, you know, but the truth of the matter is that if you want to look at it from a different angle, that person needs help. And you see what Mahama is saying. I think we all have to sit down and drill the problem, and you know, they need help. Charlie.
Amongst the black populations, and to also change the mindset that people who have come to your country are taking your jobs. You know, really, let all the Africans leave. After the last fellow African leaves, is it going to change unemployment among blacks in South Africa? After the last shop has been closed and everybody has left, is it going to change unemployment in South Africa? There's something in there that the South African government must put a finger on and start a process of reforming so that, I mean, every country benefits from migration. There are lawyers here in the UK, there are surgeons, there are doctors, there are Ghanaian healthcare workers working in the NHS. In Ghana, we have fellow Africans working in Ghana. There are South Africans, there are Sudanese, there are, you know, Nigerians, and everybody brings some advantage. They either bring their knowledge or they bring investments. And I think we should get over this fear of, foreigners coming into our countries.
Thank you. On that note, can I thank you for coming?
Charlie, that is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Perfect as usual. Yeah.
Ebusia, unim says a won pesa ubenya diabetes, stroke, cancer, and a BP, a yadia bakupe na wasa uye hunjuma, a ye wefu. A wasa wuma wefu eba form. Me a menemo kase, emrebi bae, mini, mefua, yes. And they're the same person, me a menemo kase, me a mefu eni. Na, a yanyama miensa ena me ye, any movie me from this to this. And that me want to me. Now, what would you me? So, one person be nyasa ya read doma me bo dini ni na. Very simple. And nyama miensa na me dia throw book. Book no, your friend your action plan for weight loss. Pe book ni binato. Ne bo anya den. 100 cedis pe. So, wo pe book ni PDF a metumi aseni ama e wo WhatsApp so. Uni makenkanya, don't worry. Book no, ni 3 video wo ho. Ne every video so wo ho. Ni na 100 cedis pe. Over thousands of copies of the book have been bought. Now, what share every single day. Send your nkrofo efrɛ me edamase for nsɛm a meka wɔ book ni mu a ende asesa wɔ mabrabo na enya asɛm ketwa. Sɛ wo pe book ni bi ato a ɛyɛ 055-807-4986. 055-807-4986. Woyɛ Ghana ni na wɔ abrokyire na wo pe book ne hard copy a ɛno ane sɛ wobɛkɔ Amazon na wa search for book ne title Your Action Plan for Weight Loss by Sena Kofi. Inti o search title no na eba na woto a ye be shipe e de abrɛw. To book no na woto book na me wa ha wankasa beba bedamase. Me da mo nyina ase.